regarding my English video. I was trying to do this on YouTube, but YouTube stopped. So I'm trying to do this whole thing again. And let's see if it uploads. I don't know. I'm going to try though. But I didn't have enough space, so I have to make some space for this. I'm sorry about that. I was promising you that I was going to bring you an English speaking YouTube video, and it didn't work out. So I'm sorry about that. And I'm doing this, like I said yesterday, last night, actually. It's not even 24 hours. I was telling you that I'm doing this for my Latino community in the United States. We have 2 and 3 generations, probably more than that. Some of them are 4 generations who do not speak Spanish at all. And they do have the culture and everything and some of the tradition, but they do not have the language. So I'm here for my Latino people everywhere around the world. I don't know where you're watching me from, but that's the main reason why I opened up this channel. So if this is the first time you are watching one of my videos, welcome to my channel. My name is Mailing C. Miller, and I am a community counselor with a subspecialty on crisis intervention. I worked for FEMA for 4 years. So although I studied, my subspecialty in graduate school was family crisis and individual crisis, I ended up working for national crises. So my working experience with FEMA was actually like sort of like an upgrade of what I already worked with on an individual basis. So I'm here for you guys. We're here to support each other and keep connected in some way or another. Okay. Every time I was asked in graduate school what I was planning on doing, I always said, I am here to serve my community, my Latino community. I did that from day one, even before I graduated. I am the founder and pioneer of a health program in Ohio. I am the first Hispanic in the entire state of Ohio in implementing programs for Hispanics, for the Hispanic community, especially a youth program. Okay. So I'm the first one and also a woman, and this is National Women's History Month. Let me tell you, Latinos, that this is the woman that opened up that particular aspect of our community for our community and served in that way as a Latino woman. Okay, I'm trying to find something here. Oh, yeah, okay. I try to bring in certain scientific facts from scientific news, either from Schumann resonance monitoring well, it's being monitored in Russia, but the news are coming from Italy. So sometimes France, and most of them are published in English. But if I have to read something in French or Italian, I also do it. I don't care. I just, because I know those languages too. But all I want to know it's about what's the energy worldwide in our planet. Okay. I'm one of those who are always looking forward to raise consciousness, raise the planet Earth's energy and vibration and keep positive and, you know, that kind of thing. Schumann resonance yesterday was 10 at 2 a.m., then 13 at 11:30 a.m. Now that 13 equals 4 in numerology. I'm also a numerologist, for those of you who do not know me. I'm into numerology and astronomy and astrology and all this kind of thing. That equals a 4, just like 2020 is also a 4. And today, Schumann resonance was on 32, which equals 5. 5 is the number of changes. And we are definitely going through changes. Okay? It started, actually, even before the year started, with Pluto and Saturn and all these stelliums, the rare stelliums that we're having this year. And 5 weeks of direct planets. We're into direct planets again. The first week of direct planets, personal planets. I'm referring to that. And also last year for December, coronavirus started in China, which is now a pandemic. And December 28th or 29th, I can't remember the exact day, but it was December. It was by the end of December. Puerto Rico started having its first earthquakes to this day, nonstop. It has not stopped shaking and quaking there, okay, to this day. Those are the two main things that I'm going to be talking about. The earthquakes and the changes that our planet, worldwide, I mean our planet, it's going through, and the coronavirus as well. That is the main reason why I'm addressing this particular video. All of my videos, if you looked into my YouTube library on both channels, my personal channel and my Latin TwinFlame channel, they all are addressed in Spanish, 100%. So this is the first one. Last night was my debut. Like I said, it didn't upload because the phone did not have enough space. But Instagram had the live, and it is supposed to be recorded there. I don't know if it was saved or not. I tried though, but I address the fact that we are going through changes. This coronavirus is actually increasing our consciousness, is bringing consciousness of health, cleanliness, and also consciousness of unity, especially the ripple effect. Okay, that whatever occurs on the other side of the world, or at least for us, because I'm born and raised in Puerto Rico. Okay, I was born and raised in the island for 15 years, then I left, and I've been back and forth, coming and going into the islands ever since. But I was born and raised in San Juan, the touristic area. For those of you who are questioning and asking, how come she has an American accent? Well, because I was educated by Americans, by American missionaries that were on this mission to teach us, missionary teachers. That's what they were. And that's where I got my English and all of that. I've been trying to write this content for you guys. I've got it in Spanish because my videos went out in Spanish first, and now it's going out in English. So I'm translating, from the top of my head here while I'm reading in Spanish, okay? Number 4, I was telling you about Schumann resonance yesterday and 2020. Number 4 in numerology means foundations, okay? So the numbers that I saw yesterday were 1 and 4, but mainly 4. So definitely we are establishing new foundations these days. And of course, there has to be changes so that these foundation would be established. Now, by the time it went to 32, or at least the report was at 11 a.m. So 11 is a very special number for twin flames. You know what that means. It has to do with initiation and illumination and an open portal, So it's not a boyfriend or girlfriend seeker. It's more an ascension pathway. We do have a portal open and terrace. I was talking about that yesterday. And that particular portal brings an energy of divine consciousness. And of course, it's bringing upgrades and updates to our consciousness as human beings. There were also sextiles, and they should be ending by today. Now, one of the sextiles was the Sun with Pluto, and that was on grade 2434. As you can see, there are a lot of 4s there, and when I did the numerology, it actually equals 4, which is also the main number that we're seeing these days, which means foundation. Another one is Mars and Neptune. This is on grade 1837 in Pisces. That particular grade, all those numbers equal 9, and that's spirituality. The number 9 means spirituality, or it has to do with our spiritual life, spiritual consciousness, and that's exactly what's going on with Antares too. So everything is interrelated, everything is interconnected, and that's exactly what this coronavirus is bringing. We are having this ripple effect all the way from China to this side of the world, where you see this going on with this domino effect, that whatever started on this side of the world, it went to Taiwan, Hong Kong, Japan, and then it went into the United States, and it kept going and going. That was on that side, and then it went also left side. It went to Iraq and then Iran, and then Italy and Europe and Spain, and then it keeps on going, okay? And now we're in a big time pandemia, okay? We are interconnected. Somehow or another, it's going to affect all of us. Either because you get it, you're going to get the disease, and hopefully you can recover, which are the probabilities are much higher than a death. The death toll, it's pretty much under control, quote unquote, and that's what I say right now because we don't know. We don't know about tomorrow, but so far, to this day, I check the numbers and I calculate the percentages and everything. It's less than 1%. The death toll is less than 1%. The recovery percentage is around 5%, and that's much higher than 0.003. Okay? So the probabilities, if you get it, the probabilities of you recovering from it are much higher than dying from it. Okay? So do not panic. Just take precautionary measures. Stay safe. Stay home. It's not party time, okay? It's not party time. We're in quarantine, which is very different. Okay? So once you're home, you're home. If you have to work from home, you work from home. Now, one of the things I was saying yesterday, well, I'll get into details later on with that. Let me continue to translate here what I've got with you guys. On Monday, tomorrow, well, I said here on Monday because I started recording this on Saturday evening. Tomorrow, March 16, Mercury is re-entering Pisces. Remember, it was retrograde and it went back to Aquarius. So now it's re-entering Pisces. And also tomorrow, Monday, we're having a quarter moon or half moon on grade 2616. Again, we see a lot of sixes here. And when I added up the grade of where the half moon is going to take place, it equals 6, which is the family number. Now, we are definitely going to be spending much more time with our family on quarantine, believe me. So, half moon tomorrow on quarantine, people, hey, family time. It's not party time. I'm telling you, it's family time. Now, do not allow your child to start playing with the neighbor or the classmate or whatever. Explain your children that this is not party time and it's not playtime. It's quarantine. Explain them what's going on. If they cry and kick and have a tantrum, let them have it. Do not allow them to manipulate you. Okay? But you don't know if that neighbor is incubating the virus and then your child is going to bring the virus into your home. Okay? Tuesday, March 17th, we're having the conjunction of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And this brings the energy of karmic action, which is going to be amplified. And whatever you reap and sow, if you planted a good seed, of course, you're going to reap and sow a good harvest. Okay? And if you planted a bad seed, obviously you are going to be responsible of that particular bad harvest, and you are going to have it amplified because Jupiter is active. We are going to see it manifested in great scale. Okay? So, whatever you're doing, whatever you're planning, make sure you do it right and do not act with wickedness or evil or anything like that. You don't know if you're going to get the coronavirus and next week you're going to be dead or what. So whatever you're planting and sowing, make sure it's a good thing. Okay, high quality. Now, if you are into rejection and humiliation and that kind of evil doing or whatever you're doing, then if it gets into your pocket, do not complain, because you're going to reap and sow everything as a butterfly effect. Domino effect all over the place. And that's what it's about. Okay. Now, the reason why I am addressing this video is because of the revelations I'm having. Like I said, we're having a spiritual influence in Pisces, which is not over. And Mars and Neptune are already in conjunction. However, the peak will be on Tuesday. It's easier to understand it in Spanish because Spanish, the word for Tuesday is martes. Martes is like dedicated or honoring planet Mars. And in Spanish, planet Mars is called Marte without the S. But it's so close. I mean, I can say in Spanish, Marte de Martes, because it makes much more sense. Okay? So if you know basic Spanish, you know Martes is Tuesday. I had dreams. I've been having dreams these days a lot with the earthquakes of Puerto Rico. I got into Instagram and then I found on this account that you guys are watching me live right now, a post from a psychic that saw exactly what I saw. It's a huge earthquake that's coming, unfortunately, to my island, to exactly my birthplace, San Juan, Puerto Rico. I've been seeing this since the age of 11. It really worries me and it scares me, to be honest, to see my island devastated. I've been seeing different stages, like in different stages of my life, I've been seeing like different scenes of the devastation that's coming. The earthquake is going to be 8 point plus, whatever, and it's going to be felt all over the Caribbean. Okay, literally. If the one that was felt, that occurred between Jamaica and Cuba earlier this year, it was 7 point something, and it was felt in Merida, Yucatan, all that Yucatan Peninsula, and Cancun, that area of the Caribbean area of Mexico, and all the way to Florida in southeast United States. I cannot imagine something happening in Puerto Rico at 8 point something and being felt all over the Caribbean, including the United States. Okay. I don't think the US is ready for that. They weren't ready for the one in Cuba. I don't think they're going to be ready for the one in Puerto Rico either. It's going to affect the Virgin Islands. That includes U.S. Virgin Islands, of course. That is going to include U.S. territory, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti. But the big devastation is going to be in San Juan. I keep seeing Condado, Isla Verde, Old San Juan. I keep seeing terrible devastation in that area. If you're going to go to Puerto Rico, since I don't know when this is going to happen, like I said, I've been seeing this since the age of 11. I don't know when it's going to happen, day, time, or year, or anything like that. Everything is like pointing at the fact that it's going to be this year because of the earthquakes we've been having since last year, like I was telling you earlier. These earthquakes had been nonstop. And the map of Puerto Rico is changing. If you're going to be traveling and you have some kind of plans to go there, I would suggest not to stay in San Juan or that northern area, although the international airport is in San Juan. If you can go to Borinquen, which is the second main airport in Puerto Rico, and it's one of the best airports in the whole world. Get to Borinquen, Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Stay in the western area. They have beautiful beaches, beautiful resorts. Isabela, Aguadilla, Rincon. They have beautiful resorts there. But I would suggest to please not go to northern San Juan or southwest of the island. Go northwest. Okay? That's the safest right now. That's what I would suggest. And if I have to go to the island, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm heading. Another of my dreams and revelations has been about twin flame unions. I saw a twin flame bride getting ready for her wedding ceremony. I've been seeing unions this year like never before. This is revelation number 15 so far since the year began. Okay. And I really wish her the best. I would be so happy for her if she accomplishes that and she's able to achieve union with her twin flame. Really, I'll be very happy about it. However, yesterday I saw a baby, and he was saying, he gave me his little hand. He was like, I don't know, he tried to reach me somehow. Very cute. And I've been seeing babies lately. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember the exact date, I saw 12 souls that were assigned to be born this year. These souls were indigo children, starseed children, crystal children, okay? They are meant to be born this year. I saw them, okay? If you are one of those parents, congratulations. I hope you'll be able to raise that child on the right path so that he or she could develop his or her talents and spiritual gifts. Okay. Now, yesterday during my Shabbat nap, I started having this dream that had to do with the coronavirus. Okay. I was taken to the border. Now, the border, I mean the border in Texas. Okay. Somewhere in Texas. I don't know. I've never been to the border, so I don't know. And I'm not Mexican. Like I told you, I'm Puerto Rican. So I was taken to the Mexican border, somewhere in Texas. And I was like between Mexico and the US. And this lady, she was Mexican, and she had a tortilla shop. We call it in Spanish tortilleria. And she was selling her last tortillas, and I was the one who was getting those last tortillas from her. Okay? So I was there getting the last tortillas, and I was saying goodbye to her because the border was closing. Those were the last tortillas. Her shop was closing because the border was closing. Now, today I went to the supermarket, and I, obedient to the revelation I had last Saturday, during Saturday afternoon. And, I was awakened by like that. 2 knocks. But not on this door. It was on my patio door. And it woke me up, and I was like, and I was even responding in English. And I was like, yeah, uh-huh. And then there was no one there. So when you hear a knock like that, just in case you dream of that or have some kind of revelation like that you listen to some kind of knock, that's a warning. It's like a wake-up call. And it literally woke me up, okay? So as soon as I was able to record this or come out on my Instagram Live, I was able to communicate this type of revelation. And I told people, get ready. If you need to go to the supermarket, go to the supermarket, because this is an emergency. I refer them to FEMA. FEMA webpage, it says this particular area of their webpage, it's called Are You Ready? Now, Are You Ready gives you a list of things that you should have at home in case there's a national disaster, some kind of natural disaster, okay? This is an emergency just like any other emergency, whether it's a natural disaster or not, okay? Just treat it like an emergency as a natural disaster, okay? Like if there's a hurricane or an earthquake. Have your pantry full with non-perishable foods. Have your gas tank full. We don't know if the oil companies are shutting down because those employees got sick. Okay? So have everything ready. Have your first aid kit ready. You don't know what you're going to need. And avoid going to the emergency room or a clinic or whatever, rushing there for something you could have done at home if you would have had your first aid kit updated, okay, and ready. Because you don't know if you can do it at home, and you don't know when you go to the emergency room, the patient that is right next to you has the coronavirus, and then you'll get infected when you could have done it at home. So have your butterfly stitches ready and updated and everything, up to date. If something is expired, just toss it, throw it out, and bring your new stuff in. Okay? If you're going to use Kleenex or whatever tissue you're using, do not leave it in the wastebasket with all those germs getting liberated from the wastebasket to the air. Flush it. Flush your tissue. Sneeze and cough like this with your elbow, and trap your germs right here on this skin fold. But do not liberate them, for all of us to get all your germs. Please consider your neighbor, consider people. This is another thing that the coronavirus is bringing. A consciousness of consideration and love, self-love. You take care of yourself and you take care of others. Okay? These things raise our vibration. They look tragic. They are apparently negative. But behind it, there's a beautiful lesson behind it. Keep clean. Now everybody are going to join all the Jews of the world on their spring cleaning right before Pesach, for Passover. Everybody has to clean now. Unity. There's nothing else but unity. Okay? Those are the things that bring this union. Okay? That's why I keep having these revelations and seeing twin flames in union. Because these are the things that bring in union. Okay? Have your pantry ready with non-perishable foods and canned fish like tuna, salmon, codfish, sardines, that kind of thing. Okay? Matzah. I can't find matzah. Please, matzah producers, matzah distributors, please work overtime, do whatever you need to do, but please bring us the matzah. Okay? We may not have a community Seder this year. Okay? This is not a normal year. I was told maybe for Thursday I'll get the matzah. We don't know if the border is going to be open or flights are going to come out of New York. New Jersey is zone 0 right now. And New Jersey is right next to New York, which is where most of the things, Judaica and things for Pesach, things like that, come over. And still whatever's coming from from Israel, it comes through New York. Okay. So this is not a normal year. We cannot continue to act and work and do everything like a normal year, because it's not. We may not have a community Seder this year. And maybe not even for Pesach Sheni. We don't know how this is going to turn out and how long it's going to last. Okay? Who knows? But this is not getting any better. More and more people are getting infected. The death toll rises every day. I don't know if by Thursday, the person who told me that she's going to receive the matzah on Thursday, I don't know if she's going to be alive on Thursday. I don't know. That's how severe this is. We're living one day at a time. We're living 1 second at a time. Okay? So, it could be worse, because the death toll is less than 1% and the recovery toll is on 5%. So the recoveries are more likely than deaths itself. So we shouldn't panic, because we are doing pretty well on this so far. And I wish people do not get more and more contaminated or contagious with this, and more people get it and get infected. I wish this would end tonight, but that's not the case. So we have to take precautionary measures and do what we have to do. Whatever needs to be done, we just do it. Keep clean. Use your hand sanitizer. Keep your hands clean. Use your tissue like you're supposed to. I couldn't find normal tissues like for the ones that I use. I had to get these because the box, they were all gone. I couldn't find codfish. I couldn't find matzah. I couldn't find my Shabbat candles. I mean, now everybody is observant and is worshiping, and now everybody is praying. I don't know how these conversions came out of the blue, but they are observant now. And the last disposables, I got them because everybody's taking it. But I am not going to drink where somewhere else drank because I don't know if they left their germs there. Okay? I'm carrying this with me all over the place. And I'm taking my own stuff. They will dispose it. But I'm making sure I'm taking my own precautionary measures. Okay? So I'll leave it like this. One of the things that I do is I pray Psalm 91. That's my spiritual prescription for people who are watching me. I have a post-it note on my door, my doorpost, like here. Every time I see it, I pray and I repeat Psalm 91:10, verse 10, 3 times. Okay? It worked for me for the bird flu, for the swine flu, chikungunya, Zika, and now it's working for me for this one. So that's my spiritual tool. I'm giving it to you so that you would use it, and I hope it really protects you and you'll be able to survive this. Okay? God bless you, God keep you, and we'll stay in touch. Okay? Thank you for watching.